Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm gonna give you guys a recap on the new episode of Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans, or you could call it Kido Senshi Gundam Teketsu no Orphans, which is on episode 9. This episode right here was pretty nice. I mean, shows a little somewhat of a business thing here and there. So if anything else, let's go. Okay, the Tekadon members, well, the ones who are in charge or something, go to like Teiwaz's boss or something, which he is considered to be very scary. But on the other side, he was not much of a hole as I thought he might be, and he ended up having a little small talk here and there with our characters. But when it came to certain talks here and there, it seems like they were very important. The one with Kudela talking to the boss, and apparently he likes her ambitions and her goals right here. But the worst case scenario that there's another company that's trying to make them distribute whatsoever. But when it came to that, he warns her that the worst case scenario will be a war because people will be scheming something. Kudela did go to Mikazuki for help, but Mikazuki says, "Whatever choice you make, you have to make your own because right now, either way, a lot of blood will be shed, will be will be shed." And Kudela understands that. Not to mention, like Tekadan or Tekatsu, along with Teiwaz, will act as brothers. No more, no less, and neither of them will be above each other. That's what the Playboy says. And it was a pretty much of a good deal. It was a pretty much of a good deal. And as for Jalahorn, they are still like tracking down. They are still trying to track down let me see here, Tekadon or something. And apparently they're already starting to make their move due to the fact that one of them is like keeping an eye on them apparently. And I'm thinking in my mind, dear Lord, you gotta be kidding me, that kind of thing. But yeah, but apparently they're not that kind of people to give up that easily. As for one of the characters, Amida Arca, I believe that's one of the Playboy's wives whatsoever, or Turbine's wives. She has a little small talk with Atra, which she believes that she will be a good wife as long as she chooses the right man, and understandable. After Orga talks with Turbine a bit, they decide to go party and have a big celebration here and there. And I'm thinking in my mind, guys, please do not lose it, because the last thing you need lose is to get a hangover and make things ugly for yourselves. You guys get the point in Q. So yeah. Eventually, there were a couple scenes where Kudela was trying to make a decision after talking to her maid or handmaiden Famita whatsoever, and gets ready to and she already made her decision already, which she talked out with Orga towards the end of the episode. As for Mikazuki, the boss of Teiwaz or something takes a liking to him and says he'll take care of take care of his mech. And he says he's not gonna take it away or something. I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, good thing you gave out those details. Otherwise, Mikazuki would go like, you are not gonna be taking my mech or do anything to it. You guys get the cue. But later on, as the episode continues, we have to it that that a ceremony is held towards the end of the episode where they exchange each other for steak and finally became brothers or one another, and gets ready to continue the mission towards Earth. As Kudela already talks out with Orga, and Orga says that we stand what we are and nothing's gonna change that. So yeah, the only thing I could get out of this episode to make it simple for you, if it's complicated, it's just like Tekandan talking to Teiwaz's boss, and then the boss makes a suggestion or some kind of deal, if anything. Later on, Kudela makes a choice here and there, and of course, Tekandan ends up partying, which is just pretty worrying when I looked at it. And then we have to it that a ceremony is held, and they continue their journey to Earth with Teiwaz as their assistant. So nothing much going on there. nothing much really going on. Just a couple simple bullet points for you guys if you guys gotten confused here and there. So if anything else, I'll see you guys later. All right, I'm Alfazzetto. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye bye.